Hey guys, Henry from Adventure Air here, and today we have a special treat. We have Mike Trudell from Camarillo arriving in his brand new Magni M26. Here comes the boy right over here, going by the ELA. Yep, here it is.
Wow. All the way from Italy.
Number two.
Number two, okay. Look at this, they got steps here for old people.
Oh, that's right. It's not cheap at all.
Oh, awesome, yeah.
All right, you're going on our next video here to 10,000 people.
Oh.
Beautiful ship, huh?
Bigger than the other ones, exactly.
Yes, it is.
So you got bigger room over here. The only thing we got to figure out is where to put the ADSB receiver. And they said, well, where do you want to put it? And I said, well, I'll put it here. And it's the only place I can think of. I just got to know all the places. So,
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I haven't done yet. So
Cool.
yeah.
It's pretty.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah. Long time in coming.
Yeah.
Oh, check out. Notice anything different about the wheels? Behringer does not normally make blue wheels.
Oh,
Red. So I got some custom Behringer wheels.
Oh, I got it. Okay. All right.
So that was the first thing I noticed when I got in the factory. It was like, you guys give me custom wheels,
That's all. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at this panel access. Wow, that's nice. Something to be said for
Yeah,
that.
we're mulling over what to do about this. If we should put in a removable cover,
wouldn't take much.
because it wouldn't take much at all.
Just to
But
keep dust and test stuff from flying in it.
well, not only that, we also discovered that, of course, with the seal over here, that's keeping it closed. But it's like, like if there's water or something like that, we're thinking like it might rain on there a little
It
bit.
wouldn't take much at all to do that.
Yeah.
You could 3D print one of those.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That's
but this
experimental. So
this is a cool feature. Is the glare shield that's incorporated with the canopy, and
so you can see your
so
instrument.
you can see everything.
How about that?
And the instrument panel is in a much better place. The compromise was that the stick had to be a little shorter, so the stick forces are a little higher than they are in the M16. But I haven't had anybody really complain about it.
You got trim, use it.
Yeah. Nobody's complained about it.
Jazzy string.
Yeah, we call that Nessie.
Nessie? Oh yeah.
That's Nessie.
Nessie's taking her tongue out. Yeah.
Yep, Nessie's taking her tongue out. But the rotor's the same, upright that was the same. So yeah, the control ratios are roughly the same. So we had to change the length of some of the rods.
Commonality in parts between them all, or there you go. See, that helps a lot if you can do it that way.
Yep.
Oh, it's a pretty machine. They're looking around it.
So the canopy is also jettisonable in case they don't give you a hammer.
Okay.
Okay. I love it.
Got some
Cool.
explosive bolts.
Yeah,
Boom.
Deck cord in it.
Yeah, right, exactly. So,
Wow.
yep. Yeah, the wheel pants are a new design. So they don't have those big boat carriers, but they are tight. So
It looks very streamlined.
it's very tight on these wheel pants.
Yep.
So it's they're very close in.
So not too much for the grass fields with these on, probably.
No, not really. I've landed on grass, but of course, the options are to put the bigger wheels on it, and somebody wants to actually put in those Tundra wheels on it.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yep.
This is more of a Ferrari, and I'm just like, kind of
Exactly.
screwing it up with the, with the big wheels and everything. Some people talk about that. So that's the fuel tank package. That's where the fuel tank, or the fuel pump access is.
Oh, fuel pump, okay.
So when you change out the, the filter and 100 hours, they inspect the gas later. So
How many gallons of gas?
it's 92 liters. So what does that work out to be? 23
Yeah.
gallons.
Just under.
Yeah. So.
There you go.
Yep. So a little bit more than the M24. So Victor for
It's your Victor.
yeah, Roger.
Roger Dodger.
So, but for Vittorio. So
Man, that's pretty. That is pretty. You'll get around that.
yeah. So the biggest change, believe it or not, is compared to the legacy birds, which have a manual rotor brake and a manual parking brake. These are electric now. It actually has a CAN bus system for running some of the components.
Huh.
So instead of a trunk full of big old wires, it's actually data. They got just a little.
Does it stop the blade this way?
No, it does. I wish it was smart enough to do that. But it is a
sensor to do that.
Yeah,
Sensor
yeah.
or something.
It does have a tiny little linear actuator, and for the parking brake and also for the rotor brake. So they're push button. And the parking brake works great. The rotor brake, it still needs a little work. So, we've been playing with it and adjusting it. And part of this is to play with it and adjust it.
Sure.
See what the market reaction is also about it too. So I normally just been taking people for rides and just kind of like gathering information. So that's
Nice. Well, I like the fuel.
yeah, isn't that nice?
55
So
liters right
now here's the other cool part.
That's neat. You see this? This is the top.
Yeah.
This is the bottom half.
That's nice.
How nice. And boy, you can actually see it, unlike the Calidus.
Yeah.
Yep. And even unlike the other birds that we have, I mean, the M24 is pretty easy to see. The M16, it's really hard to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very hard to see the
Yeah.
M16.
The Calidus, when they're new, you can see them, but after a year.
Yeah,
They get kind of opaque.
Yeah,
And I think
exactly.
that, and we were asking about this, and it says, that some people were saying, well, it's the alcohol and the fuel. It's this. I don't know. I think they just, the resin, it's a resin tank.
Right.
They just, I don't think, I don't even know if it's really just, the
That could be the sun. It could be
anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
that
So-
reacts to it.
But so if we turn the battery on over here, okay, and this thing kind of lights up, all pretty, and so everything is push button, of course. So they got a nice landing light over here. It has strobes, and the landing lights are all separated this time, and same Avio lighting hardware. We do have better night lighting in here, so the rotor tack is illuminated this time. But the rotor tack is a multi-function tack display. It's a different setup than compared to the other parts, where it only just showed rotor RPM. This actually shows more than one thing. Okay, so for example, and this confuses people when they're trimming because they say, "Hey, the rotor tack just disappeared," because it's actually a trim indicator. That becomes a trim indicator. You go down and fold down, you get the light, and you can also see
Do you have
the
left
speed.
right on there too?
No left, right. So
Left, right, so
it's still
up and down.
fixed. It's still fixed, just like the other birds. Okay. So, but the left, right, what it does is it actually shows the electrical status. So on the left over here, it tells the charge, the current coming from the battery.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
a minus, and for the 915 with the dual generator setup, you need that.
Yeah.
You need a battery. You need a battery voltmeter.
Yep. That's nice.
Because people kind of they misinterpret some of the lane malfunctions, and then all of a sudden, surprise, engine failure or whatever. So and the other thing here is that the lane caution lights over here, they're duplicated on the engine display. So when I go ahead and turn these on over here, okay, lights go out, and then we get greens. Now, you see the 2 up there? That tells you what generator is actually running the EMS. And I said, thank you.
We have that in yellow.
The yellow's got it?
Yep.
Yeah. it's like, oh gosh, it's about time to have
That's
that.
nice, yeah.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
so that's a handy little thing. You can actually see it switch over, which is fantastic. So, and then, and even, you know, when you start it, it's on 2, you know, it's still discharging. When it goes to 1, hit it to the left, it shows the charge. So you can even change the speed of your trim speed if you want. There's a little hidden button back over here. You hold that, that says 100%. That's the trim speed. I just leave it 100%. You know, the trim is slow enough as it is that it's like, yeah, just leave it.
Enough muscle.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a problem. So, you know, it's got ADS-B in and out, you know, just like all the other birds. The fuel quantity, instead of looking back here all the time, it has a fuel totalizer.
Mm-hmm.
So you put in the beginning fuel, and then it tracks the fuel flow. It's very, very accurate. If it was off for whatever reason, because it's getting it from the EMS, you can trim the fuel flow to adjust it to be exactly right. So the same manufacturer that makes this engine display also makes the other displays for the other magnet gyros, which is Canardian.
Oh, yeah.
And the Canardian is also, they make this over here. They also make these electric flight instruments over here. So the airspeed indicator, they custom make this one, you know, with the proper colors and being miles an hour as well. Okay. And the altimeter, which is a single hand altimeter. The single hand is the thousands feet, but the hundreds are digital. Okay.
Oh,
and a vertical speed indicator. So I went ahead and put in a pair of A30s in there, which just, you know, they give you the LEMO plugs. This has LEMO plugs in it, and they just automatically power on when you start it up. And so it's kind of you know, nothing to it. So the stick retainer is a little bit different design than before. Instead of having a cable, okay, with a spring. So it's this thing over here.
Oh,
Okay. So the stick retainer, it also has a caution over here. Okay, so warning you that the stick retainer's on.
Gotcha.
Okay. It doesn't inhibit the function of the pre-rotator. However, with the stick retainer on, canopy open, rotor brake on, all of them will disable the rotor tack. The rotor tack is completely blank, with the exception of, like, you know, showing trim or battery or something like that. But it stays blank. That's right. So it's a nice little feature in case somebody for safety. But so you pull this down over here, push it down over here, you get to the bottom, and then it turns off the caution light. So now, one thing you gotta be careful with, and I've been meaning to do this, which is put in a different stop on here, because you go all the way to the top, it'll actually get to this over here, and somebody already kind of scarred this up. This is just, I just need to change the stop so it ends up right over here. So the rudder pedals are a big improvement, because they have a big old long torque tube, which are supported by the bearing blocks, compared to the other system, which just had the rudder stalks on the M16 anyway, with 2 steel flanges on the frame and a bolt. No bushing or anything like that. And they, you know, after a while, they kind of, you know, get a little play. The M24 rudder system is really, really nice. So they said, well, we got to have something a little bit better. And this is a big improvement as far as, like, you know, no play on the pedals. I went ahead and changed the these over here with quick release pins. So it's you know, the normal thing is just a couple of 5mm bolts, but just like they are over here.
Cool. Looking good.
Yep. All right.
And if you want one, contact Mike Trudell.
Yep. You can. The most often question that we will have, though, is like, well, can you fly with the canopy off? No. You may not fly with the canopy off. They will not allow that.
It doesn't look like there's any spot for like a windshield or anything, plus all this right here. You have to have it covered.
Yeah, that's probably the number one requested question.
Sure.
Is if it could be a convertible.
Yeah.
Like the Air 1C.
Yeah, or the yellow.
Yeah. So and when you close this up, it has a little less surface area compared to the Air 1C, and but the tail is a huge change in the tail. It is nothing like the classic tail on the 16 and the 24. So brand new tail. Okay. Also a round section.
Oh yeah, the square tube's gone.
Square tube's gone. The rest of it is square tube. Yeah, there's a change from the square to the round.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and but you can see that the vertical fin area is almost twice as much as
Well, look at the throw too.
Yeah.
Holy
the
mackerel!
throw is a lot, but look at also that it's cambered on top, flat on the bottom. So now when we have engine thrust, we already have some built-in thrust going this way all the time.
There you go. Left.
Now, we went ahead, the first ones had a slightly shorter rudder, okay, and the rudder authority was a little bit, not as good as we wanted to, and the tab was a little bit, short, and it wasn't as good as we wanted it to do. So this is the first one that actually has the bigger rudder, which is only really about this much more. So it's not that much. They didn't have to add too much rudder. They didn't have to add too much of the trim tab. The vertical fins over here, so it does sit low, so they don't extend down below the vertical stabilizer. And you notice that there is also an aerodynamic contour over here with a little bit of washout on the tail.
Yes, it is.
So they really kind of took their time on designing this tail.
You're gonna have to lay. Well, let's see. Your tail back now, but you're gonna have to watch the amount of tilt on the crosswind.
Yeah.
You don't want to drag the
Actually,
horizontal.
it's. I don't think you're going to be able to,
Maybe not.
even touch it. So, yeah. So I mean, it's never gotten close. The other ones with the tip fin extension that go down below the horizontal stabilizer, they will touch. And it's not so much in the crosswind. It's just that when people are taking off and they balance, and let's say they add the power, and then it starts going to the left a little bit, and they're putting in some right stick rather than right pedal. And of course, when it lifts off, all the gyros have a slight right roll when they lift off. So the right side always gets a little kiss on the little runway kiss.
There you go.
So
That's pretty.
Yeah, they figured a lot of stuff out.
Yep.
You did. This is pretty amazing right here.
Yeah.
How cool is that? So you got lift this way.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't even need this step.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the step.
Yeah.
I should have used it.
You didn't even need that step. How about that? All right. So our pedals?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so they're pretty close together too. So
Okay. Yeah, they're like the hell out of it. That's great.
Okay. Bring it. Here. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so you can turn the battery switch on here, and we'll turn on the radio. At least we have the intercom, so you can go ahead and put your headset on if you'd like.
All right.
Popping in.
Test.
Bottom clear. Okay. All right. So on the two rows of light switches there below the lower display.
Okay.
You can see all that stuff there.
Yep.
So we'll start with the top row there. So switch number 2 and 3, the black ones, nav light, strobe light. We'll go ahead and turn those on.
Okay, now light and strobe light on.
Good. And on the far right, the parking brake and the rotor brake, those are the only ones that are those yellow ones that you can spot. Okay. So
Okay, gotcha.
it's just a press once. Okay. So if you just press it, just press that switch once, the light comes on, and after a few seconds, on the top row, the parking brake warning comes on.
Gotcha. Okay, it's on.
Rotor brake is always on. Okay.
Okay.
Now on the engine display, and you can select map on the 80 is. Or whatever you like.
Yep.
So the 80, the lower display. So you have that, and you can use that, or you can use the knob and just press in on the rotary knob on the right.
This one?
No, on the display.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So fuel's already good, or like that. So
Okay. Got it.
so if you needed to adjust it 2984 and everything like that, and then just press to enter. Okay.
Okay.
Good job.
Let's do it. Oh, where's the enter?
Yeah. So that is just press it. Just press it once.
This?
Yep. That's it.
Oh,
No, once. Okay.
maybe it's this one.
No, it's okay.
Down there. Okay.
All right. Anyway, so that's good there. So you can turn on the start power,
Okay.
and you can
Okay.
turn on lane A and B.
Okay, lane A.
Okay, lane B, and everything's coming up. The throttle position indicator is on the engine tag, which is the rotary, that round dial. So right below it says TP and teeny weeny little high strain vision.
Oh, right.
Okay, so just crank that up to about maybe 35 to 40. It doesn't have to be any higher than 40.
Let's see, things in the way, but looks like.
Yeah, it's green when it's.
Oh, it's okay.
So pull it back.
I'll pull back to like 30.
Yeah.
Okay, now I see. Here it is teeny weeny.
Yeah, it's really small.
Okay, we'll go back to like. All right, we're in the 40s.
Looks like you're in the 50s. There you go.
There you
40s. A little bit lower. Okay, that's perfect.
All
Okay, and turn on fuel pump on.
Okay, fuel pump there.
Okay, and the other thing, actually turn the fuel pump off for just a second. Let me show you a kind of cool little feature.
Yeah.
On the parking brake,
Okay.
the parking brake's on. Okay.
Yep.
Now press it and turn it off.
Okay.
So just press, just tap. So if you want to just tap. Try again.
Oh, it's complete. There it goes.
Okay, so now right next to that start power switch is the start button.
Okay. Yep.
Okay, and if you press it right now, nothing will happen.
Okay.
It's actually inhibited until the parking brake comes on.
Oh, nice.
So if you hit the parking brake, there you go. And then after a second, you'll see there's a blue light that goes around the starter button.
Yep. Oh, gotcha.
And so that tells you that the starter's armed.
That's cool. Okay. Nice.
All right, and then fuel pump on.
Okay. Both.
Just one. Okay. And clear. Right, clear pump.
Woohoo! Pretty awesome. Awesome power, crazy climb rate, just like straight up.
Anti-gravity machine.
Yep.
So
This one there?
Yeah, right there. Okay, and then just put one hand here, and twist your body to the left, and left foot behind your right. Left foot behind your right. There you go. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah. A couple of things we're trying to work on here too is like this gets kicked around.
Oh
a little
yeah,
bit, you know,
maybe a
it's
little
like,
scuff plate or something.
Yeah, we're gonna have to probably do something about that. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I like all the safety lights on it. You're not gonna do this.
all the
and that,
interaction and all the stuff. It's really kind of nice.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, all the all the interlocks. There's yeah, it's good for that degree of awareness and yeah. I mean, this thing is easier to fly than the M24.
Yeah,
not by a long shot, but yeah. I mean, people can fly the M24, they can fly this.
yeah.
So, but they're a little cautious about it right now. So, they're the first few are just going to go out to folks who've got some time.
Yep.
They're just a little bit gun shy at the moment. So
Right.
yeah. And, the first one actually cracked this piece over here, and I put a piece of reinforced fiberglass in the back of this thing to, you know, to fix that. The other one just came completely off.
All right, first flight of the M26, pretty awesome. If you guys want to get one, talk to Mike Trudell here in Camarillo. Definitely go take it for a test flight.
Woo! All right.